Good day, and welcome to this training video presented by Equation Technologies. Today's topic is an introduction to Sage 300. Our focus today is going to be to introduce those who are new to Sage 300 to the system and provide them with some basic navigational tools. When you begin to log in, you'll be presented with an open company screen. You'll be asked to enter a password, or if your system administrator has set it up, your Windows authentication will act as your password when you log into the network. You'll be asked to select a company, and you'll be provided with an opportunity to change the session date. Whatever the date defaults to the current date, however, you may change this. The session date will be the default date for all transactions made in Sage 300 during your time in. When you're ready, press the OK button. You'll be presented with a number of modules. Your list of modules may vary based on your system administrator's security setup for your user ID. Each folder is a series of subfolders to it. Your view of the subfolders can change through the View menu. You may select large icons, small icons, a list, or a detailed view. Generally, the different folders are broken up into transaction folders, report folders, master record folders, and setup folders. Each folder has a number of different activities underneath it depending upon the module. To open up one of the screens, simply double-click on the icon and the screen will appear. If the screen is a master record or a transaction screen, you'll be presented with a navigational selection tool. The center field lets you type in a specific number and browse to that selection. You may also use the Next button or the Previous button, the Last button, and the First button to navigate through the different records. There's generally a Finder button that will present all the records to you that you can look at and select. There is also a New button that will allow you to create a new entry. If you are looking for a specific record within the Finder and your list is very large, you may filter your list down by a particular value. For instance, if I'm looking for a cleaners, I can go to my vendor name, select either starts with or contains. I'm going to use contains because I'm not sure if the vendor name begins with the word cleaner or not. I'll type in the first few letters and it will filter down to Fred's Cleaning. I double-click on the entry and I'll be presented with their record. When looking at one of the screens, notice that there are a number of tabs. Many of the screens in Sage 300 have tabs to present different information pertaining to that particular record. You may select them by merely clicking on them. Additionally, there are date fields where you can interact with the date screen or type in the date directly. Please note that the grayed out values are still able to be clicked on and enter that date. Furthermore, within the filter function, you can save a particular filter. If, for instance, I wanted to filter and have permanent just the Washington and California state codes, I can come into my set criteria, go to my state province field, add it, enter WA for Washington and CA for California. Now if I hit the Save button and then OK, nothing happens. it all goes away. That is because I put in lowercase. It is case sensitive. So if I come into my criteria and enter capital WA and capital CA, OK, and save, now I get my list. And every time I come back into that screen, because I hit the save function, I'm presented with just that sublist. However, I can come into my set criteria and delete those values with the delete button. I could also use the clear button and clear a particular cell, row, column, or all, save, and say OK. And now it would display everything again. If I didn't hit save and just cleared everything out, it would present all the information, but just for that time. And the next time it came back in, it would have the filters reapplied to it. Additionally, within Sage, we can add custom folders and custom reports and custom macros. I'm going to create a custom folder here at my root level. However, these can be placed at any different level within the system. If I right-click on the white space, say New, I'll be given a folder option. I'm going to call this Custom. I can open it up and it is clear. Notice I see it over here on my list. I can come back into Accounts Payable, go to my Age Payables, copy, come to my Custom folder, paste, and now my Age Payables is available for me in this custom folder. Please note that it's still available up here in its original location. This is a common tool that people use to put their favorite transactions all in one spot. Also, if I like, I can save certain parameters within the screen. Perhaps I always want to see vendors with a zero balance. If I come here and hit Save Settings as Default, the next time I come in, that checkbox will be enabled again. So I can set this up so that I can run the same reports over and over again and have minimal information that I have to change on that, saving time and energy in the operating process of Sage 300. I could also add custom reports or macros or programs. One other quick tip that is often useful for people is a calculator tool. If we come in to, say, order entry, and let's build an order really quick to demonstrate that. If I have a field that accepts a calculation, create a quick item here. In the quantity ordered field, for instance, we'll accept the calculator. If I hit the plus button, a calculator appears. Then I can type in 12 times 12, and I can either use my mouse to click on the fields, or I can use my keyboard. I'll get a number, I'll hit paste, and that number will appear on the screen. So the calculator tool can be very useful if you need to do a quick calculation within the system. One other thing to note, the first time you come into Sage 300, your print destination will be by default set to go straight to the printer and not to preview on the screen. This can be very confusing for people. You can either change it by coming up to File, Print Destination, and activating the screen and setting your option to Preview and letter A4, or there's a little icon down here which when it's set to printer view will be a little printer. To have it in preview view, click on the icon, say preview, and OK. Then every time you go to run a report, it will display the report before it prints it. This concludes today's training video. If you have questions, please contact us at Equation Technologies. Thank you very much and have a good day.